This video was produced by The Top Cut. Be sure to check out thetopcut.net, your home for Pokemon TCG, tournament coverage, professional game analysis, and interviews with the best players in the world. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to Game 2 here at the top 8 of the Wisconsin State Championship between Brandon Zettel and Jay Hornung. The first game we saw Brandon start with a Mewtwo EX, which is not what you want with your Durant deck. And he didn't really draw anything from there, and Jay got a pretty easy win. Now in this game we see Brandon has mulliganed, and so Jay will get an extra card to start off with. Hopefully Brandon gets a basic here so we can start up soon, but the key to this matchup is going to be Crushing Hammer, discarding a bunch of energy off of Jay's field, and Pokemon Catcher and Devour. That's just the name of the game with Durant, so hopefully gets a little better here this game. And we do see Jay starts with nothing but a Tynamo. Brandon will choose to go first. I do know that Brandon plays double colorless energy, so if he were to have... Oh, okay, it doesn't have a double colorless. He could have used Vice Grip for a turn 1 knockout, but, oh, looks like he doesn't have anything. He just devours for 1. And Jay has a Collector. This could get ugly fast. Once again, Brandon drawn a pretty poor hand, it looks like. He doesn't have anything, he just has a lone Durant. And that's not going to last very long against all this stuff. Now Jay starting with the Free Retreat Dynamo, which is pretty much perfect for him. He will be able to charge here on this first turn. Retreat to Thundurus. Search for an energy. Attach it to Thundurus. And if Brandon doesn't have anything, he's going to lose here. Looks like he top-decked an Oak's New Theory, so he'll be able to stay alive, maybe. But if he doesn't get anything, he's going to lose. If he doesn't draw an Eviolite or another Durant or maybe a Crushing Hammer, this lone Durant is going to be it. He's going to lose the game. So he needs something here. He needs to stay alive. I guess a second special metal would do it too. Okay, there's a level ball. So, alright, we will be seeing a Durant. This game will go past turn 2. Brandon's got to be taking in a big sigh of relief there that the game's not over. And hopefully this turns into something normal. I didn't get to see the rest of Brandon's hand, but hopefully he drew something off of this. And let's see what he decides to do. He does have one special metal on the Durant, and he puts a second one down saying, okay, now you have to do 90 to knock me out, so if you don't have a plus power, this Durant will live on. Then he'll devour for 2, and it looks like he devours a plus power and a junk arm. I don't know if Jay has a junk arm in his hand in order to get that plus power back, nor that he even wants to do that. Here's a Sage's Training. So those are some good looking cards for a Sage. Looks like he will take the Shaman and the Junk Arm. He might have an Electric in his hand already, I'm not too sure. But you do need to get Electric into play eventually. Okay, there's a level ball. So yes, he will get Electric into play. There we go. So this turn, I think he has a Catcher in his hand. He at least has a Junk Arm. He'll be able to get a knockout with Thundurus' Disaster Volt for sure. Really putting some pressure on Brandon early on. And Brandon's hand looked really bad, I'll be honest. I don't think I saw a supporter. And unless he gets like a Collector, oof, this is going to be a rough game. He's already kind of behind. He got a slow start. He didn't get to do anything the first turn besides Devour for 1. Turn 2, he had a Devour for 2. And now his Durant looks like it's going to get knocked out. Jay is going to Junk Arm for that plus power now. Going to discard a Dynamo and a Lightning to get plus power. Yep, there we go. Disaster Volt will do just enough for a knockout here. And down goes the first Durant. Now Brandon is down to 1 Durant. Looks like he drew another Oak's New Theory, so once again he'll be able to survive, but you don't really want to just be surviving this early in the game. You want to be devouring for 4. You don't want to be like this. So the positive for Brandon, he has gone through 2 junk arms of Jay already. The negative, He has one Durant in play, one Durant in his discard pile. I believe that's a Twins in his hand as well. So, he'll be able to survive for sure. Looks like he's going for the Oak's New Theory. This is very risky. He had a Junk Arm in his hand. He could have gone for a level ball and survived the turn for sure, but he decides to risk it with his Oak's New Theory. This is a gutsy move. I don't know if it'll pay off. Here's a Crushing Hammer. This could decide the game. That is tails. Oh, he does have a level ball, so he will survive once again. That Crushing Hammer could have allowed him to survive a turn, but looks like Thunderous is going to be able to just Disaster Volt again, and wow, going right for Rotom. Does that mean there's 2 Durants prized? If so, that is some very poor luck on Brandon's part. Certainly things are not going his way. So he's going to Devour for 1, and wow, he gets a Junk Arm. That's actually a pretty big deal. If you're going to discard 1 card, that's probably going to be the one you want. So now Jay has to Sage. This is not something you want to do. You have to keep cycling through your deck. Brandon actually did not use Mischievous Trick, if I'm not mistaken. If he had Durant's prized, he should have used Mischievous Trick. I don't know why he didn't. So it looks like he is not a big fan of the Rotom tricks. He kind of went for it, but then he just said, well, I got it, and then he forgot to use Mischievous Trick. I don't know what the deal is, but it seems to be the case here. We're going to see Disaster Volt for a knockout. Here's a Collector. Not sure why he grabbed a Rotom if there were no Durant's prized with that level ball. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but that's what he did. And let's see, there is a Durant prize, it looks like. Brandon should have known this by now. He should have been using Mischievous Trick. Looks like he's gonna put a Eviolite on Durant. Still hasn't used Mischievous Trick though. I'm confused by this. There are 2 Durants knocked out, 1 in his prizes, and he's still not using Mischievous Trick. I'm pretty confused. I don't know if the pressure is getting to Brandon or what the deal is here, but he needs to try to get the Durant out of his prizes. I mean, what is he trying to do here? Is he trying to... Is he saying, okay, I know that there's a Durant in my prizes, so I don't want to mess with my top card. I would rather take my chances and try to draw a supporter. Is that what he's going for here? Or does he just keep forgetting to use Mischievous Trick? Either way, he's going to be in some trouble. But looks like Jay actually had to use Charge that turn. And what do you know? Brandon top decked an N. And maybe he'll get back into this game. We've seen Jay kind of struggle a little bit with energy attachments. There are 3 Junk Arms gone already. So this game is not over by any means. Jay's only taken 2 prizes at this point. He's had to use Sage's Training a lot. Ooh, we got that 4th Junk Arm in his hand though, and a double colorless, so that's a pretty nice hand. So I mean, what is he gonna try to do here? Brandon, let's see if he got anything good. He really needs to use Mischievous Trick, I know that for sure. He goes to put an Eviolite, but that's not gonna do anything. There's a Crushing Hammer. I believe that's a Tails. I don't know what that would have done anyway. So, all I can do is Devour for 1 or Plasma Arrow, and looks like he's going to go for the Devour. He sees there's 2 Durants in his discard pile. There is still 1 prize. He needs to use Mischievous Trick. So there is a Junk Arm. Crushing Hammer again. I don't know why he's doing this. Looks like another Tails or Heads. Yeah, removing it off of the Thunderous really not going to do much. And there's a Devour, gets rid of the Shaman. So at least his Devours for 1 are important. Looks like there's a Twins as his 1 card, so maybe he's got a shot to do something here, but Zekrom just came up and gave him a big Bolt Strike to the face. And, I mean, what 2 cards is he going to get here? He could probably get a Durant and a Juniper. What else would he get here? I'm not too sure. Maybe a Revive and an N? What 2 cards do you really get here to salvage this situation? I mean, this turn he can Plasma Arrow Hit Zekrom for 60 if he wants to, setting it up for a knockout. He could get a big play with that Mewtwo EX with an N. Those are really his only choices at this point. Hopefully he took a Juniper or an N from his cards. So he's going to Plasma Arrow this Zekrom for 60. Does 20 for each energy attached to the defending Pokemon. So this next turn is really going to be... it's going to be it. This is going to be the big turn for Brandon to determine whether or not he can survive in this game. He sends up Durant. Not sure what's in his hand. Alright, there's the N. He's just going to go for it. He wants to hit Mewtwo here, I think. He wants Mewtwo EX. He wants a double colorless energy. He wants to start using X-Ball. And he wants to start this comeback. But it's a long uphill battle. And those are not cards that will help him. He can Junk Arm for a revive. That's one thing he can do. Just to stay alive. Oh, he's getting rid of another Junk Arm. That's going to be costly. Let's see. He should really just get revive here. Just to survive for the turn. I don't know what else he would do. Maybe go for... Yeah, he's going to revive. He's going to revive the Rotom, actually. And then Jay's just going to take a look at the discard pile. I think at this point, Jay's got it pretty wrapped up. Unless he drew absolutely nothing off of his N. And Brandon gets his Mewtwo out and starts to dominate. I don't see a way for Jay to really lose this game. He's just going to have too much time to get one more cheap prize. And he's probably going to win. I don't see any way around it. So Brandon does pass. And yeah, with that catcher in Jay's hand, this game is over. I actually would have retreated to the Rotom if I were Brandon. Just in case. I mean, if Jay does have a catcher, at least you can Eviolite the Durant to prevent a Disaster Volt knockout. But now, the way it's looking here, there's just no way. Brandon will have a Twins to get something here, but he will not survive through the next turn unless he plays an N. And he does not have an N in his hand. So really unfortunate here that his run is going to end like this. But he was undefeated up to this point, and he's actually going to Junk Arm away his Twins. Questionable move, for sure. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to go for here. I guess a Crushing Hammer, but that's really not going to do anything at this point. And I don't even think he knows what to remove. He's going to remove it off the Thundurus, but that does absolutely nothing. The only way it could do something is if he got his second heads on Crushing Hammer, and then, even then, Jay has energy in his hand, and he has a Dynamotor. So he would actually need a third Crushing Hammer heads to do something about it. And we do see Brandon, at least, he'll take a prize, but that's not really what you want to do with Durant. You want to devour. And then, hey, there's that Durant that was prized the whole game. Probably would have been useful. And there we go. Just going to have a Disaster Volt. 480, and that's going to be it. 2 quick games for Jay. Really shocking to see Brandon go out this way. He had a really nice run. He was undefeated in Swiss, 7-0. You know, he won his top 16 match as well. Obviously, he had a very good day, but then I don't really know what happened here. Just his deck kind of fell apart. Made some questionable decisions. And Jay will advance. He will continue his run into the top 4. So, looking forward to seeing those matches. And congratulations to Brandon for doing so well. Congratulations to Jay for winning. Hope you guys enjoyed this match. Wasn't as competitive as you would hope, but hey, that's just how the game goes sometimes. So stay tuned. We'll be here with the top 4 soon, here from the Wisconsin State Championship. Thanks for watching here on the Top Cut.